Hi guys, today we're going to react to Journey to the Other Side by LOVEBITES. This is a Buy Me a Coffee request from Dan W60. Thank you, Dan, for yet another request, and thank you for all your ongoing support. Much appreciated.
Thank you, Dan, for the ongoing support since pretty much the beginning. We appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Across our river stairs, we sing to happiness. This is the beginning of the final judgment day. Now then, let's cut the sound. Life repeat disappear. Too late to apologize. Too time to bear our pride. To save the life of countless souls. Accept your very own die. I'm suffering, so on a plan. It's killing me inside. Counting to 49. Your sentence comes in time. To then let us walk and run and your own time. I dedicate this song to you. It's the iron protest. I hate to say goodbye to you, but I got to say, journey to the other side. There for you, always in the memories. Counting on your can make us sing. Journey to the other side. I will say so because I got it. Won't be long till I see you again. Someday.
We just had a brief conversation about this, and it might have been better if we didn't know what this song is about. It would have made it more interesting to try to break it down, and we probably would have gotten it wrong, or at least the personal side of it. I mean, it obviously sounds like something that is dedicated to someone who has died, and now, like, we know that it's a personal song to Miho, who, from Dan's notes, dedicated this to her father who died at 49. So everything about the lyrics makes sense. It is fairly on the surface. So let's address the musical side, and we'll go back to the lyrics at the end. Another fantastic song from LOVEBITES. This one feels a bit more hard rock, melodic rock than a lot of the metal we get from them. It's like a song that feels like they just want to let out, and that's what this is about. I'm kind of also looking at Miho a lot, knowing that the reason she wrote the song and everything, it's obviously an emotional performance for her. This one would not be an easy one to perform on stage, but as always, they all do it beautifully. And I could also tell that Asami was somewhat emotional. It didn't quite affect her singing, but you could still tell there's a certain intensity there and the way she performed the song. So far, beautiful.
The first thing I noticed when the song started, because it feels like an older song, Miho's there, and I always measure it by Haruna's hair length. If your hair is longer, it's probably older. It immediately took me back to all the reasons why I love LOVEBITES, because they carry their signature in all of their songs, and this kind of brings me to that moment where I first fell in love with the band. Every time we react to a LOVEBITES performance with Miho in the lineup, I keep coming back to the difference between Miho and Fami, because Miho projects a sense of melancholy and seriousness, while Fami projects light and cheer. And the only reason I differentiate between the two is that dissonance between the types of energy that they project. I'm not saying this is a bad thing. I love Miho for Miho and Fami for Fami. To my mind, it's almost like loving the band in two aspects. Like there's two LOVEBITES, a LOVEBITE with Miho and a LOVEBITE with Fami. And Miho's energy is accentuated in this particular song, having read Dan's notes and knowing what it's about. So the melancholy is more noticeable, and there's that sense of mourning in the song. That's what I got so far. I'm loving it.
Across the river Styx, we sing to happiness. This is the beginning of the final judgment day. You set the right, all countless souls. Accept your very
Every time we watch Love Bites, I feel like we're somewhat being spoiled. Just the guitar play by Miyako and Midori is freaking amazing. Such a joy to see them, especially when they do their little solos and when they interact. And here Miho gives it this beautiful bass in the background, kind of leads the song from the back in similar way to the way Haruna usually does and does here as well. They all come together beautifully in this song, much like they do in every other song that we've heard from them. And they, as always, never disappoint. As emotional as it is, it looks like they are all doing their professional thing and playing the song to perfection.
I agree with what you said about Midori and Miyako. Every time they go into those solos, I feel the same thing I feel about all virtuoso guitarists. It's just enjoyable to be able to react to it as I'm seeing it. It's like, look what I can get out of this guitar. And it's always amazing to me because I can't fathom what they have gone through to be able to be this proficient. Again, I feel this thing about other virtuosos, but it's always fun to see it coming from Love Bites.
Counting to 49, your sentence counting time. Till then, please let us run till I and you burn down. I dedicate this song to you. It's your hourly protest. I hate to say goodbye to you, but I got to say, journey to the other side. Nothing good, all I've seen and memories. Letting go, you're the legacy. Journey to the other side. I will say, something goes, I know it. Holding on till I see you again. Someday.
Knowing the subject matter, I think it would have raised more question marks and would have become a more intricate conversation had we not known what the song is about, because we would have had something to say about Miho crying on Asami's shoulder, or tearing up, not crying. It feels like the performance is possibly in proximity to the time of Miho's father's death, or at least, if not in proximity, playing the song itself brought back all those emotions and memories where she clearly teared up. Watching it and getting that something that we haven't gotten before from Love Bites, and right after that, listening to Midori play, in my mind, it was like honoring Miho with their prowess. Riffing on the guitar is to honor the moment, as to honor their bandmate for the loss of her father. That moment was beautiful to me.
Yeah, it felt like they were all showing support. I don't know if this is the first time they played this song. I don't know if they've played it since, but this is the first time that I've seen Miho vulnerable. She usually portrays such a, I don't know if to say icy, but something that's a bit, maybe a little bit distant. There's a strength to her that I really love about her, and maybe a certain darkness. And I'm not saying any of that as a criticism. It's more of something I find intriguing about her character. And here I finally see her kind of breaking down, and it made it all the more emotional for me because of who she is. It was also beautiful to see how they all just supported her. They felt that she needed a little bit of backing, and they all kind of gave it to her, and it was beautiful, and a beautiful song. The lyrics are interesting because it starts off like across the river Styx, which refers to Greek mythology, where the river Styx is where you cross over to the other side after you die. She talks about the beginning of Judgment Day. It feels like she may have some unresolved issues with her father through this song. There were lines there that talked about, I think he was a paramedic, so there's lines that refer to him saving lives of countless souls, except for his own, which makes me think that he may have contributed in some way to his own death, either by not taking care of his health or something along those lines that maybe perhaps she blames him for, at least to some extent. I mean, he died at 49 years old.
Yeah.
That is very young to die. So it says that the line was counting to 49, your sentence comes in time. So the sentence for his, whatever they were, sins, is that time was taken away from him. It's just a beautiful sentiment. She says, I dedicate this song to you. It's too early for death. I hate to say goodbye to you, but I've got to. So it's basically her coming to terms with the fact that she has to say goodbye to her dad, who was just 49 years old, and and there's nothing she can do about it. It's both a dedication and kind of a coming to terms with the fact that it happened. I just found it very, very touching. It just kind of really hit me hard, especially seeing her break down something I didn't expect.
Yeah, before that, there's a line there where at first glance, one might be concerned reading it. It says, I know I'll stay strong because it won't be long until I see you again someday. So at first glance, what do you mean it won't be long until you see him again? You're fairly young. It'll take a while until you see your father again. At second reading, you realize it's coming from a person who has an understanding how eternal life works, how life on earth is fleeting. It's a blimp in eternity, and that's what she probably means. It won't be long in relation to how short life is on earth until she sees her father again. And then when she sees her father again, they get to spend eternity together. She prefaces it by saying, I know I'll stay strong. So it gives her strength to know that this is a temporary goodbye.
Yeah, it's something that most of us use to console ourselves when somebody dies.
Yeah.
Basically saying, we'll see them again.
Yeah.
We'd like to think that we'll see them again. We'd like to believe that. Whether it's true or not does not matter. I mean, there is no way of knowing. So we'll only know once we die ourselves. But yeah, you're right. In the grand scheme of things, however long we have left, whether it's 20 years or 30 years or 50 years or 60 years, it's not a long time. So she understands that life goes by very quickly. It's a beautiful sentiment, and it's beautifully performed. The way they took on this song, I think there's something to that. I'm sure it's a bit of a fan favorite, even though I kind of doubt that they play this often in their live sets. I believe it probably would be too emotionally draining on Miho and maybe on the rest of them as well. I mean, now Miho's not part of the band, so I definitely don't think they would be playing the song, but it was beautiful to witness live. Definitely huge thank you to Dan W60 for sending this one our way, because we've never heard of it and I don't know how we missed it so far. But yeah, beautiful song. Thank you so much for the ongoing support. We appreciate you.
Yeah, thanks, Dan, for this Love Bites request. We enjoyed reacting to this song very much. It was a very different view on Miho. It makes us love her more and love the band more. More like this will be much appreciated, and thank you for all your ongoing support. If you enjoyed this episode, guys, please be sure to like, subscribe, comment, and click the little bell icon so you'll get notified on all our future videos. If you have a song in mind you'd like us to react to, please make a request through Buy Me a Coffee. The link is at the top of the description below. Thank you all for sticking with us. Thank you all for your time.
As always, our Love Bites Reactions playlist should be up on the screen sometime about now. Give it a click, check it out. Let us know what you think. We love this band, one of our absolute favorites. Thank you so much for all the support you're throwing our way. We appreciate it so much. We'll be back in a couple of days with a new episode, and we hope to see you all then. Thanks again, guys. Bye for now.
Bye, guys.